Alright, well, a lot has been done since the last time I made a video from the bathroom here. Um, basically, the idea was, to put the sink in the spot where, I had indicated where it was going before. And basically after that I decided to just go ahead and strip down everything. That means the plaster, the fireboard, everything. Just get everything down to the bare bones. Insulate the whole bathroom, even the interior walls. That way everything is nice and warm, insulated, all around the house, and then to go from there. So basically, this wall right behind me is the outside wall. And luckily when I stripped down the plaster, there was something behind it so that held in the blown-in insulation that was blown in from the outside, where they drilled holes and then basically blew insulation into the house. Some time ago. I imagine when the house was first built that they didn't have much insulation or any insulation, so they went ahead and probably did that sometime later on. But basically, I stripped it down. I was very happy to see that this was here, so that's going to allow me to do quite a bit. Window still here. Window's probably not going to get replaced until probably the spring. I'm going to have to wait to do a lot of things. I'm going to sort of have to do a lot of things gradually now that I've sort of done all I can in the bathroom in terms of stripping down things. But what I'm basically going to do is all I really have left in terms of the bathroom is the ceiling, and I'm going to show you here in a second what I mean by that. But basically there's a lot of this, random debris that came off the walls. I have pictures which are on my Flickr account, which I will link to in the wherever I post the video. Where basically I took out all the plumbing. Today I actually cut out the copper pipe, and it was really thick. I wanted to say originally it was 1.5, but I think it was just 1-inch copper pipe, which should give me a pretty good dose of money whenever I go to take that to the scrapyard. So also, if you've been keeping up with my Twitter status messages, my safety goggles didn't quite get the job done. And the problem with wearing the safety goggles and the mask is that when you breathe, this doesn't quite keep all the heat in and it steams up the goggles, so you got to choose one or the other. And at times I chose the mask, and at times I chose the goggles, and most of the time the goggles just did not work, even though they're very close to my face. So my eyes are very much in pain right now, so I'm going to have to wash them out throughout the day just because I still have little pieces of stuff in them, and hopefully it doesn't mess me up too bad. But basically everything's down to the bare minimum. I'm going to do some measuring, do some mapping out of the plumbing. I'm also below me, between these rafters here, is the kitchen, and basically what I decided to do was that I'm going to take out the kitchen ceiling, which is made of plaster as well. There's also these foam tiles that just don't quite fit the theme of the house, and since everything down in the kitchen is already drywalled except for the ceiling, I'm going to go ahead and just take the ceiling out, which actually is going to expose this part, which is also going to allow me to, over here on the right is a sort of ductwork that just sort of ends. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to run that through this wall here, and right behind here is the back bedroom, and I'm going to be able to at least run a vent into that back bedroom. I'm going to do some measuring after I get done with this video to see if maybe I could even run some ductwork into the middle bedroom. The front bedroom is probably not going to happen, but if I can get 2 of these bedrooms with some ventilated heat, I will be happy camper. And even then, in the summertime, I'll be able to run some AC in them as well. It might actually be able to survive up here if, for whatever crazy reason, I decide to stay here, or at least if that's how long it takes to sell the house. So right now I've got the window open for a little bit of ventilation. It's helping a little bit. Took the plaster off of the ceiling, and basically what I'm going to do is probably tomorrow night is I'm going to take down. I thought originally I was just going to keep the fireboard up there and the insulation up there, but it's that blown-in insulation, and it's just not quite cutting out. So, and there's really not that much ceiling left. And I thought at first that the house had an attic, but it wouldn't make any sense for it to have an attic. And so basically, when I pull down the fireboard, it's going to expose the structure of the rest of the house, because all 3 areas of the house are pretty much at a steeple point. So I'm going to be able to figure out what I'm doing there. So basically, I might even be able to make the ceiling in here a little bit higher than originally was intended to. That'll be fine with me, just because to make drywalling a lot easier. So I'm going to pick up the camera, so apologies if it gets sort of crazy and wobbly here in a bit, but I'm going to try to narrate you through some of the other areas of the bathroom that I've gotten through, at least in the last couple of days. So basically, here we have, there's that duct work right there, and hopefully I'm not going to kill myself by sort of just stepping around on these rafters, but basically this runs all the way through this way, and on this other side of this fireboard here is the back bedroom. So basically where this floor is, I'm going to cut the floor out, because I basically pulled all the other floor out and that just sort of ended awkwardly, and you can obviously see all the debris here, which I'm going to clean up after this video. But basically what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to take that piece of ductwork and run it all the way under here and into that back bedroom. And what I also am probably most likely going to do, instead of having that piece of ductwork right there come out of the wall, I'm probably going to have it come out of the floor instead. A little bit more efficient that way, at least I think. And so basically if I step over into the back, you see the waste pipe. The waste pipe goes down there, and if you look really close, that's a big heaping piece of copper on the end there. I couldn't quite cut that off. You can sort of see up there, there's a little bit of a cut. It was a really difficult angle to cut, so I basically had to give up on that. But basically what I'm going to do, and I'm going to point it out here, is I'm going to probably cut the thing about right here and then be able to expose the thing. And the other cool thing is if I take out the floor, which I move is right underneath these fireboards here, if I take out that floor of the ceiling, one or the other, however you want to do it, I'll be able to easily lift a piece of PVC pipe up to this point and push it down into the basement and make one single solid connection, which is going to be pretty awesome if I can get it to work out. Right there, that's my piece of plywood that I sort of helped balance me on some of the things that kind of snapped off on the end there, but I guess it kind of held because it's actually perfect for 3 rafters there. So basically, here you've got the, I'm not even sure what to call it. It kind of looks just like hardwood flooring, but it's not. It's just the, the old way of doing siding. But basically there's little pieces of plaster here that helped keep the plaster in, and there's little grooves here, and I plan on cleaning all those out, but it's really kind of a pain in the butt in some areas. But if, like I said, I'm going to crouch down here, if you look up through the thing here, you've got the fireboard. That is an angle right there, and then that's like an even ceiling, and obviously you've got the light there too, which I'm going to be able to at least probably hopefully have a vent in here that'll vent to the outside, so it won't be too bad. But that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night, is basically taking down all of that fireboard. So I'll basically have fireboard and insulation running down on me, so that should be fun. But basically here once again you've got sort of the hole where the sink is going to go, but all of that plumbing is pulled out except for this right here, and that'll come sooner or later. But I'm probably going to have to cut that out in pieces because that pipe is pretty heavy. And I'm going to basically have to find a way to anchor this so that it doesn't pull down through the ceiling or through the roof. That would be really bad. So basically that is all I've got for right now. I guess I could probably show you this too. This is where sort of the door is. I took that down today, decided to go ahead and take that down as well. But I'm going to go ahead and insulate that, even though it's on the inside of the house, just because it needs to, if it can be insulated, it might as well be. And I'm very, very seriously considering replacing this door as well. It doesn't quite line up, and it's old, and I think a new door would be nice for everyone in this instance. So it's getting a little chilly here. I'm going to have to close that window behind me, but basically I did that for sort of insulation purposes, or not insulation purposes, venting purposes, because I was choking here for a little bit. I'm going to open up this door real quick and sort of show you. The coloring is going to get it all off because it's not quite, it's sunlight, and I've got it set for daylight here. But basically, if you look real close here, that's all the copper pipe, and that's really thick copper pipe. So hopefully I'll be able to take that to the scrapyard, and they'll give me at least a few bucks for it, and I can sort of help myself using it. And there over here, those are all my tools. Very fancy tools. Not really, but I find ways of using them. And my radio, to listen to my radio station, since we play sports all the time. That's very helpful, and then sort of everything down there. So basically that's everything for right now. I'm going to step back in here and hopefully not kill myself. But again, I'll, things are really kind of looking up. It's a lot of hard work, and basically at this point, once I get all of this pulled up, it's all ideas time, and I'm looking forward to that because, excuse me, it's been a lot of hard work. Not a lot of hard work, just a lot of busy work and sort of, putting my health at risk. So hopefully I'm not doing too bad. I probably need to invest in a better ventilator other than the one that I've got on my face, just because, or a regulator, whatever they want to call it, just because I'm putting myself and even my pets in a little bit of danger, and I kind of feel bad about it. But again, hopefully we'll get things settled, and I'll have some more videos and pictures for you later. Till next time.